My Bad here, coming in today with a video on the Damn Designs Wendigo. Damn Designs Wendigo got pretty dirty. This is going to be a giveaway knife for my lives, or a live that I get in with Grumpy Grunt, or a live that I get in with Mattisfaction, or if I ever get in a live with Scabbo. He contacted me about 2 or 3 weeks ago about doing a live, but he hasn't contacted me back. If he does, I'll definitely do a live with him, and of course I'll be giving away a blade every live that I do, except for my Fat Wood Friday lives. But let's get down to it. In the last video, I used the OCD for EDC Slick-A-Mall on the Damn Designs Invictus in 154 cm. This is the Invictus that I'll be keeping. It's got a very, very nice action. In this video, we'll be using the Gunny Glide and doing a comparison. So, this thing, I did some plumbing with it at my own house. I've had a few hoses that was hooked up to my camper and they blew up, so I dug a hole, put a 1.5 foot non-freezing spigot right outside my camper, and shortened up the hose and lessened up the pressure on it, so I'm not running too much pressure through the camper and I'm not blowing hoses. And this is one of the knives that this is the knife that I use, as well as I use this knife. No, I think that's the only thing I use this knife for, but I did it. It did a very good job. There's some pros and cons for this knife on doing that particular plumbing job that I want to talk about. You cannot really get inside a 1.5 inch pipe very well and clean the inside of the walls when you make mistakes on the gluing and the priming part, to clean it up where it fits together and makes a better union, a tighter union, a deeper union. What I mean by that is that I was getting these very, very nasty job. I'm upside down about 1.5 feet in the ground with about that much space to work. Sometimes I would push some rocks or some dirt into the pipes and I'd need something to clean it out, and this blade shape, this blade profile is not very good for that. But there's other applications that this blade shape would be great for. I could definitely see doing some minor sheetrock work with this, or some box cutting with this, with that double point, and that is a predominant point right there. That's definitely good for opening box. And I actually got a couple boxes today. I might try that in a video later to open a box with that point, and that'd be a good idea later. But it's a little bit too thick to get into those pipes and everything, and when I was on the outside of it, scraping the outside of the pipe, it did very, very well on that. Construction wise, you can definitely use that as a chisel point to grind or scrape away silicone or any other caulking that you might have on tile or outside of doors or whatever, getting rid of the nastiness of the material that you're going to be reusing. So that'd be very, very nice for that. But let's go ahead and get down to taking it apart. I'll tilt the camera angle down and we'll get to it. Get us another paper towel. This paper towel was used in the last video to clean up the small bits. So we'll just put all this to the side, start taking her apart. I do like the Damn Designs knives for their hardware. T8 is wonderful hardware and they use it everywhere, even in the pivot. I would prefer T10 in the pivot, but I'm really, really not going to gripe about T8. At least it's not T6. Even in the pocket clip screws, it's still T8, so that's something that I can very much appreciate. And this knife, I did put it through the ringer, like I said. That was a pretty nasty job that I did. That was a pretty nasty job that I did. It was very, very dirty. It had a lot of grime and stuff, and that's not really what you want to use cage bearings for. And this knife really suffered on the action after I used it for plumbing. So just want you to be well aware that this is not exactly the knife that you would want to use for plumbing or anything like that. Of course, most of y'all would already know that. Put that pin right there, take this pin out, put it beside the pivot, so don't forget where those come from. Let's go ahead and clean these cage ball bearings out. If my camera moves around a little bit, I'm sorry. I did not mean for that to happen. So, give the Wendigo the same treatment as I gave that Victus. Get it all cleaned up and nice and ready to go for the giveaway. And I'm very excited for whoever gets this knife. I want to make sure that it is top notch before I give it to somebody. And I do have a live this upcoming Tuesday. So this will be something that may be given away then. That scale is nasty. I think I got some of that purple primer on the scales. It's going to get given away regardless, but it's going to have a little bit of purple primer on those scales. I might just put purple primer everywhere and just dip the whole entire scales into the purple primer and get it all over. I never thought about using that as a dye, but considering that I cannot take that off these scales, I bet you that'd be the perfect dye. Because it surely seems to be permanent. I might actually try that. We're going to dye some scales with some piping primer, or I like to call it perp, because it's purple. Alright, let's get this over here. Throw us a little bit more of that isopropyl alcohol on her. I do not enjoy these scale liners, these steel liners, as much as I enjoy the stone washed ones. I much prefer the stone wash on this brand. Now, when I first started my my knife enthusiasm years ago, I was a big fan of the black PVC coatings and the black stone washes and all that stuff on blades. And I appreciate that Damn Designs will match that from the blade to the liners, because aesthetically that looks pretty good. But now in my older years, you know, me being like a 5-year EDC knife guy now, I kind of prefer the stone wash now. A buddy of mine that I've known for a few years, King Raven of Shield Arms, can tell you that as well about me. That I was always, back in the day I used to like it. But now I'm starting to go his way, because he never liked the black blades. And there was a lot of things that I liked to be all tacticaled out and everything. But I'm coming around to see his point of view of it, and starting to like more and more and more a stonewash effect. I'm starting to get in the stonewash is what I'm trying to say. I'm more or less like the stonewash. I like a little bit of acid wash and stonewash together. I don't like the black PVC anymore, or the black coatings, whatever kind of coating it is. So we got her all cleaned up. We're going to throw some Gunny Glide on this one. See how that action is. The action before I took this apart was just atrocious. It was not very good. But that wasn't because of the knife before. Before I used anything with this knife, before I used this knife with anything, the action was pretty good. Out of the box, out of the package. It was not bad at all. I don't know if I've thrown those videos up yet, but I've already done the unboxing videos for these. Alright. Might be able to get this thing back together in a better time frame than we did last. I love these pivots too, man. These pivots are just awesome on here. And I have no problem with them at all. Throw a ton of Gunny Glide there because I do like my oil. And I'll use it. I'm not afraid to. Use me oil. Come on. Oh, that was the wrong pin, Keith. That's why it ain't going in there. That pin goes here. Sure that y'all have watched my videos long enough that y'all know that I talk to myself on occasions. Especially when I make mistakes. I don't like to make mistakes very often, but and then it happens. I did not clean that blade. I'm glad that I stopped and looked at that, because that blade is absolutely atrocious. It's nasty. I did not clean it, and my camera switched around again while I wasn't looking. I should probably tighten up that screw, but then it would be more difficult for me to switch it around when I need it. This is an N690 blade, and that N690 definitely held up pretty good to that plumbing that I was doing. Now this one's probably just going to get a good stropping, because there's not much edge damage at all on this, so it probably just needs a good stropping. And I would prefer an unbastardized knife going out to my subs or whoever wins this. That'd make me a little bit happier than putting my edge on it. Now if you want my edge, I'm by no means a professional or anything, but I will do it for you. Pop this bad boy open. Alright, looking good. These things are so easy to take apart and put back together, it's ridiculous. Whoever designed this knife, or this this knife profile did a fantastic job. Alright, come on. There we go. Got the pocket clip right. Now we just got to put the screws in. Still quite a bit of crud up here, so let's go ahead and take this and clean that off. Alright. Looks like she's doing good. Got a little side to side, so let's tighten up that pivot a little bit more. A little bit. Alright, there we go. Got fantastic action on the drop. Ooh. I need to check that side to side again, make sure it's not, because that just seems too good. Alright, there we go. Let's bring the camera back up so you can see me. We'll bust out the Invictus as well. That Invictus got nice action off the Slick-A-Mom, and the Gunny Glide with the Wendigo got fantastic action a little bit. Let's see if we can do this. Whew. I'd say they're pretty comparable. I would have to do a long-term review, and that may be something that mybadd's going to do in the future, is a long-term review on this. But the Wendigo, the giveaway knife, it is going to go back into its case, and it will not be taken back out until that giveaway happens. Whatever live that is. Now, I want you to know that those markings are from plumbing. I tried to clean them up as good as I could. Probably need some of that Barkeeper's Friend or something like that to help clean up G10 a lot better. That ashiness, I don't know exactly what that's from. That's probably something done that I did. Maybe dried up the scales or something. Maybe I need to throw some lube on the scales. I don't know. But anyways, cleaned it up. Put that little gel baggie back in there that I just dropped, and it's going into here until we're ready to give it away. And this will go to somebody's home, and I hope that they enjoy this knife quite a bit. Now for the rest of this, appreciate y'all watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment on mybadd's videos. Tell mybadd what you'd like to see him do. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up and a like. Give me a comment in the description. Tell me what you think I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. Y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye.